Let's take a moment in this seminar to talk about smog test stations in California. About a year ago in one of my seminars, I talked about finding a business that was mandated by life or mandated by law. And smog test stations are mandated by law. It's not subject to the individual whim of the consumer whether they want to spend their money on having their car tested. They don't have any choice. You have a car, you got to have it tested every 2 years. And if you want to be in a business, obviously having any business that the government's regulating and forces people to spend their money might be a good business. When I talked about the business a year ago, and this is now December 2011, smog tests looked very, very good. It was very, very profitable. Today, there is a lot of smog test stations on the market available for sale. And the question that people ask is why? I'm hesitant to make a statement in this particular seminar because I'm afraid that people that might see this at some time in the future might make a decision later based on what I say now. But what I can say now is the laws change. It's government regulated, and the effects of every law changes the business. And those effects may or may not be known earlier than when those laws go in. But existing owners make decisions or have opinions as to the effect that a future law that's coming in will have on their industry. So in order to avoid the risk, they may decide to sell. So when you're going to buy any business that has government related to government actions and regulations, you must really, really dig into the industry, dig into the government regulations, and even when you're aware of what regulations are coming in or will be coming in order to find out the impact of those regulations, you have to talk to insiders. And if you're buying a business, to talk to anybody who's selling a business is not a reliable source of information. The brokers listing those businesses are not a reliable source of information. You don't want to talk to people that have a vested interest in having you put your money down to buy a business. You must get your information from independent sources that do not have a vested interest in you spending your money. When I do due diligence, part of what I do is I contact the people that I know and have worked with and previous clients who have bought businesses. I call them up. I ask them what's going on in the industry. I ask them what the changes in the laws are. I ask them where they see the direction of their industry. And I use that to assist my current due diligence clients. That's been very, very valuable. I had a conversation at the end of a due diligence. I had audited all the books, reviewed all the financials, come to a conclusion the financials were accurate. I then talked to an existing owner, and he told me about his opinion of the effect of a future regulation that had been passed but had not gone into effect yet. And based on that, I told my current client what he might expect, what possibly could happen, and he went ahead and bought the business anyway, but now I know that he will not be surprised when changes kick in. So if you're buying a business and you're not in the industry, you must get outside third-party opinions. Do a thorough due diligence and get other people to help you with due diligence, even if you only spend an hour with a third person who knows what's going on and can assist you to tell you things that you don't know, that you won't find just by looking at their books, and you won't find out by talking to the seller or the brokers. And by doing that, you've increased your chances of walking in with full knowledge. And that's my suggestion. Always, always, always get third-party assistance with your due diligence by people that are knowledgeable and experienced in doing due diligence. Thank you.